Hello, my friends, and welcome back to a brand new Realm News Flash. I am your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I will say right off the bat that this will be a brief Realm News Flash. This past weekend, when I usually spend the time putting together these episodes, I was extremely busy in the hospital taking care of my mom. She's fine. Don't worry, folks. And I appreciate all the concerns I have and well wishes for her speedy recovery from you all. I have loved the comments and all of that. Everyone has been extremely generous in that regard, and I couldn't ask for a better group of fans and a community for Realm News. With that said, I will be briefly mentioning the latest update to drop today, Chase the Skies, which is out now as this airs. However, vibrant visuals, I believe, will not be in Java yet. I will also be discussing something that Realm News has been keeping tabs on, which is the Netflix Minecraft series. And also I'll be incorporating in Realm News what you can expect to hear this Thursday. With that said, let's start the show. By the time that you listen to this, it is Tuesday and the latest drop has already released, and you are able to play around with the slew of new features to join the game. I'm referring to the Summer Chase the Skies drop. If you have been following the show, then you know that Realm News Flash has been covering each and every one of the snapshots that correlate to this drop. But it is always good to recap. Let me tell you what has been released. Some new mobs and related features such as the Happy Gas, as I'm sure you're all aware of, which is a rideable flying mount allowing up to 4 players to ride simultaneously. It's obtained by raising a dazzling, which comes from hydrating a dried gas block. Controlled using a harness, which is a new item only and just exclusive to Happy Gas is what I'm trying to say. And the harnesses could be crafted into 16 color variations using wool, leather, and glass. Now, it will come in a form of a baby gas variant, and you'll have to grow it by waterlogging a dried gas block for 20 minutes. This will transform into a Happy Gas when fed snowballs. Now, the dry gas block is found naturally in the soul sand valleys near nether fossils or obtained via bartering with piglins. It's also craftable using 1 soul sand and 8 gas tiers, so that makes it somewhat easier. You still have to venture into the nether, but this makes it much easier to obtain. Now let's talk about the harness. The harness is crafted with 3 leather, 2 glass blocks, and 1 wool of any color to make that one of the 16 variations I just mentioned. And you can use that to control the Happy Gas once it's placed on it. It has goggles on it and over the eyes, and it looks to me a little bit goofy, but a lot of people loved its design. And you can remove it, this harness, with shears. So I think that's great as well. Now let's move on to craftable saddles. The saddles finally, I'll get into that in a moment, what I was about to say. Anyways, the saddles are craftable using 3 leather and 1 iron ingot, which just makes them extremely more economical and available for players right off the bat coming into the game. Heck, you can make a saddle on day 1. I love it. Improved usability. Great thing. Now, same thing goes with the improved leads with improved usability in terms of that. The improved leads as a new, more economical crafting recipe. Instead of a slime ball being incorporated, it used to be 4 string and 1 slime ball. It's now just 5 strings. So you don't have to go hunt down and find those slime balls. And I think that's just, it makes things so much easier. And I think a lot of players are happy with that. Even though I remember when I was reporting on that when this feature was mentioned in, I can't remember the snapshot. Sorry, there's been so many snapshots Realm News has covered, I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But whenever I recorded or about that snapshot about this new crafting recipe, I was kind of on my soapbox about how now slimes, which you have to kill a slime in order to acquire the slime balls, but now slimes will be less useful in the game, so people won't be as likely to go search for them. That was my opinion, which I don't like to see mobs or items diminish or have their use diminish, but I also conversely enjoy this new recipe. It makes it so much easier. So what can I say? It's a toss-up for me here. Write in and let me know what you think about the new recipe on the improved leads. So I want to go on and talk about that they have an enhanced mechanics also, which allows chaining multiple mobs or entities together, which you can also now harness boats to the gas for transport, which I think is amazing. Also, the leads have better physics. They less stretch in the air to prevent fall damage, but more stretch on land before breaking. It supports a 4-lead configuration for connecting happy gas to larger entities like those boats and even camels. I forgot to mention the camels. Now, let's move on to the Tears music disc, which this is dropped by regular gas when killed by a player, deflected fireball. This adds a new collectible for players exploring the Nether, and I think this is just amazing. We talk a lot about this in an upcoming episode that I want to talk about here in a second. There's also a player locator bar. I'm going to kind of chip along here because we have a lot. There's a lot in this Chase the Skies. There's a player locator bar. This is a HUD element or heads-up display, replacing the experience bar in multiplayer worlds. The experience level remains visible above it. Displays colored indicators for other players within a 120-degree camera view. And then we got the vibrant visuals, which is only, sorry, Java people, but it's only for Bedrock Edition right at this moment. I am praying that we don't have a bundle situation here where it took 4 years for bundles to finally come from Java over into Bedrock. Let's please not have that, Mojang. Let's make this a swift parity resolved issue. Let's bring some parity in here fast. Now, let's talk about some of these awesome, vibrant visual features, which include directional lighting and shadows, water reflections and volumetric fog, emissive textures, and there's something here called glowy mob eyes. I need to fact check or look into that a little bit further. It's supposed to be the mob's eyes kind of have an eerie glow to them, I believe, at night, perhaps. Anyways, there's enhanced biome visuals such as shady forests, patches, rippling oceans, which is so neat to me. I can't wait to see it. It also doesn't affect the gameplay, but transforms just the aesthetic experience. There's environmental fog, but that's Java Edition only. And we get atmospheric fog, which I believe will be coming out in the rain and whatnot. There's new ambient tracks, 5 new tracks by Amos Roddy for the overworld biomes, and the tracks are Lily Pad, or these are the titles: Lily Pad, Below and Above, O's Piano, Broken Clocks, Fireflies, and the Tears music disc that I just mentioned. This just adds a new soundscape for players to enjoy, and I love new music additions. I love new sounds and ambient noises, and this if you haven't heard it, I listened to it on Spotify that day it released. I would go check it out. I think you can find it wherever there's any music streaming app. Just go listen to Amos Roddy's new tracks, and I think they're just simply amazing. Write in, let me know. You can hear more about all this and the thoughts on these features from my guest, King Nex, who came onto the show, and we broke all these features down. In fact, I had to make that a 2-part series. We talked so much. And the first part airs July 17th. And you will hear all of King Nex's opinions and thoughts on that. Excellent person to hear from. It was amazing discussion. I recommend you all tune in. Now that we've recapped most of everything that's arrived, I must say that the feature I look forward to the most is vibrant visuals. I am simply just excited to see what the overworld looks like in all the biomes with these amazing new graphics. I will be playing with all of this later tonight when I have free time, and I will let you all know what I think about them all. In fact, I'll probably make an episode over my thoughts on the Chase the Skies drop. With that said, I would like to move on to some news that took place in Annecy, France in regards to the Minecraft Netflix series. On April 29th this year, I had aired Realm News Flash titled Pixels in Motion, the Minecraft Netflix series. I was attempting to dig into this elusive show that has been in the works for a year now and yet little heard of. Allowed me to summarize that report to catch you up to speed. Quote, the Netflix Minecraft animated series was officially announced on May 30th, 2024, coinciding with Minecraft's 15th anniversary. The joint announcement from Netflix and Mojang Studios, shared via simultaneous posts on X, formerly Twitter, featured a simple 20-second teaser video with a creeper explosion leading into a Netflix logo accompanied by a Minecraft jingle. Wildbrain, a Canadian-based animation company known for shows like Peanuts, Teletubbies, and Inspector Gadget, was revealed as a studio handling the CG animation. End quote. Since the initial announcement, updates have been scarce. However, a recent article on Netflix's website confirmed that new details will be shared during the Annecy International Animation Film Market, otherwise acronym in French is MIFA, and this took place in Annecy, France, held from June 10th to the 13th this year. Netflix's quote-unquote animated series studio Focus, which took place on June 12th, which provided insights into their upcoming animated projects, including the Minecraft series. I have June 12th marked in my calendar, both on my phone and physical calendar, to pay attention to this date, which I did. That day, I received a post from Twitter, now X user, at CubL1TZ, who said, quote, some info of it was released. The Minecraft wiki was updated with the new info, but all sneak peek images weren't allowed to be shown outside the room, apparently. That was tweeted that day, June 12th. I really appreciated hearing from someone about that update. I was busy at my day job at the time, unfortunately, and I wasn't able to watch the news live. They went ahead and provided me with even more information that I fact-checked into. I found this to be just great because now you know that the collaborators are Netflix, Mojang, and Wildbrain, right? Well, thanks to at CubL1TZ, who provided this upcoming info. There is a fourth studio called Flying Bark, according to the information at their website at flyingbark.com.au, which, because they're an Australian-based, company. They're based in several locations, but I believe they originate from Australia. Flying Bark is a full-service animation studio with locations in Sydney, LA, and Madrid, and partner studios globally, known for franchises like Maya the Bee, Blinky Bill, and 100% Wolf. The studio has collaborated on projects for Nickelodeon, Marvel, Lego, and Disney TV. It is committed to producing award-winning original content through a global, creator-driven approach, offering robust animation services in both 2D and CG, supported by a global team of creative directors. Flying Bark is part of Studio 100, a vertically integrated entertainment company that includes theme parks, live shows, and studios across Europe and the USA. They appear to be a great asset to this team of collaborators when it comes to animation and being leaders in the entertainment industry. I'm excited to see what the visuals look like or the aesthetics they've chosen. I read in Variety's article written by Jamie Lang titled Minecraft, Clash of Clans, Magic the Gathering, and Ghostbusters series teased at Netflix Annecy Studio Focus that there were a quote-unquote trio of images shared at the event. However, these 3 images, from what I have heard, are merely concept art of what is to be made or what's to come, showing that they are hard at work, or I should say that the producers or the creators are hard at work, but this also suggests that the show has not even entered the animation phase of production. This is apparent with the lack of the video samples at the MIFA event. They just provide 3 images, nothing animated. It was just 3 still frames. However, I must admit that these images were kept at the event and did not leak out of the building, which was impressive. It just shocked me, since most drops are leaked before they actually release officially on their release date. In Minecraft is what I'm referring to. They always get leaked, the features, like the Garden Awakens that was leaked weeks before. Perhaps their cinema department just doesn't have loose lips. I don't know. I mentioned that I was curious about what it would look like animation-wise. Well, another article found at whatsonnetflix.com wrote an article by Casey Moore titled Every Animated Movie and Series Netflix Announced and Showcased at Annecy 2025. They say, quote, though only brief sneak peek photos were shown, it revealed an artistic vision that honors Minecraft's blocky textures. The style reminds me of a hyper-realistic mod for Minecraft, end quote. It sounds from their writing that they were there and got to see these images personally, which is just, to me, what luck, right? And I am just curious to know what they meant by quote-unquote hyper-realistic mod for Minecraft. That's interesting. Is it hyper-realistic like a Minecraft movie, or is it just like the vibrant visuals, more realistic, like water effects, shadowing, and whatnot? Hard to tell without seeing the images. But I attempted to make AI find any leaked images before recording this. I did. I thought maybe something had to have leaked since the 12th, right? I'm recording this right now on the 16th. But still held a secret, all 3 images. Amazing. With that said, my friends, I would like to end it there and now move on to some realm news. This is a repeat of last week, except I am actually going to air it this time, this Thursday. This Thursday is a brand new Realm News episode that you will not want to miss. It's called The Spark of Civilization, Campfires, Flint and Steel in History and Minecraft. Allow me to read off the description of the episode, which I read off last week, but I'm doing this again as a refresher. Quote, in episode 76, the Campfire with Flint and Steel explore humanity's ancient relationship with fire and its significance in both history and Minecraft. From the discovery of fire by early humans to mastering campfire mechanics in Flint and Steel in-game. This episode is packed with engaging facts, community polls, and creative builds. End quote. With that said, I will now play a clip as a sneak peek into this upcoming Thursday's episode. Also, in case you're wondering, the flint and steel can be enchanted. And let me go ahead and list those off real quick. There's 3 enchantments here. I'll start with the Breaking Enchantment. This gives it a chance to negate durability consumption. Next, Mending Enchantment. This repairs the flint and steel when obtaining experience. And last, Curse of Vanishing Enchantment. The flint and steel vanishes on death, which no one wants this enchantment ever for any of their items. Go and enchant those flint and steels, my friends. I just threw those out there so you know that you can enchant them. I didn't know you could until this research. I say go craft one and go play around with it. It is a really fun item, but just be careful that you don't light yourself on fire. Perhaps you should play around with it near a body of water, just in case. I didn't even realize you could enchant flint and steel like I said in that. The things you learn in the world of Minecraft. And please take heed to my caveat of not catching yourself on fire, please. With that said, folks, I can't wait to see you all there this Thursday to learn all about the campfire. I wish you all a great rest of your day and happy crafting. The Dark Lord. Signing out. Hey, Realm News fans, it's your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I am here to tell you that your support means everything. Spread the word by telling friends, liking, and commenting on Spotify or GoodPods. Find me on X, Blue Sky, Reddit, or via email at bio.link/realmnews. For more content, join my Patreon at the Copper, Diamond, and VIP tiers for early episodes, bonus content, and newsletters. Find out more at bio.link/realmnews. No pressure, though. Just keep listening, liking, and sharing. That's more than enough. Happy crafting, and see you at the next Realm News.